So many people are intimidated by the mouth call. Some people have a problem with that. Some people, have a trouble with just about everything. But I see something you got in your hand. It looks to me like you can't get any easier than that.
Well, it's an easy instrument to use, even though it is an instrument now. You have to learn a little bit of technique. One thing you need to do is let this particular push-pull is easy. I mean, everybody can take it up and go. That's totally wrong. Don't do that. Don't even put your index finger on that tab up there. Take it and put it in your hand and push it. That will call any turkey that wants to be called. Now notice I said wants to be called. Fact is, you can do most anything with this call. You can cut. That's saying I really love you, get over here fast. You can yelp on it. That says everything's just fine over here, and you can cluck on it.
Purr.
You can purr on it. And you can put them together and create a fight, double purr.
Now, I've heard y'all say this before. Everything in nature comes to a fight. Everybody likes to watch a good fight.
That's right.
So you think that might?
Well, it's only what you really try to do when you're turkey hunting is you try to call the gobbler to you. That's totally backwards. The hen goes to the gobbler. So okay, we're doing everything wrong with all these hen calls. So that little call is a push-pull. It can't get much simpler than that.
Mm-hmm. Another simple call would be the box call, which a lot of people overlook. Box call is very easy to use. You just give a little simple yelp.
And something I'm noticing with that call, we can hear an echo way over. You can really get some volume on that.
Yeah, you can. Another call that's real simple for beginner hunters is a slate call. This is a Hammer Series slate call. This call is very easy. It's like the little push and pull David demonstrated, and I think this is probably one of the easiest calls. Just simple little cluck and yelp.
Well, Harold, you got a tube call around your neck. That's another little instrument we started out with, so it had to be easy.
Well, this is a easier call. It's not as easy as the call he's using there, but it makes a different sound. You can yelp with this call. You can cut with it like gobble.
Now that is obviously something that you're not going to pull out of your pocket and make that kind of noise. But where would a call like that come in handy?
Not when you're hunting around a crowd of people, I can tell you that. It'd be a good call to use, Tim. A lot of times we're using a decoy or the fighting sound. I remember we used to use those fighting calls and then try to gobble like a jake with it. A jake a lot of times will gobble go, at the end. He can't get that big loud gobble out. And we use that a lot of times with a fighting call.
Right.
A third call we use would be a mouth call. Right here is cutting. Cutting to a wild turkey early in the morning to late in the afternoon or all day. And that's just sort of excited sound, and he hears that. He knows that that hen is excited and he'll gobble.
Tim, one of the main things a person needs to do, he needs to learn as much as he can about the turkey.
Absolutely.
Don't start out thinking you're an expert because you can take this and go, because there's a time to use that and a time not to. You need to know what you're saying to that turkey and how you expect that turkey to respond, and you need to do that by reading up all the history you can on, or books on education about turkey hunting. And once you learn about the turkey and all he's supposed to do and all the transitions that he goes through in a 90-day period, and there's 4 or 5 of them he goes through, when you learn that, then you're on your way of making yourself a good caller.
When you're hunting deer, half a mile away, if he smells you, you're done. Let's talk about the basic instincts of a turkey and what you got to deal with him.
Well, the first thing you got to learn is that his eyesight is probably, just for as an example, was 10 times better than man, let's say. Well, 10 times better than man. I'm looking from here right over across 300 yards over yonder, and I can see a turkey over there if he's over there. Well, he can see it at 900 yards, or 300 times 10 would be 3,000 yards. His eyesight is 10 times better at least. So he sees movement, and it's not normal. He's gone. So you got to honor his movement, his eye movement. I mean, you got to honor his eyesight. Second thing is he can hear. I can make this sound right here. This is the most amazing thing I've ever done. Turkey's 300 yards out yonder. That's all I made. he knows exactly where I made that sound from.
They get a little inborn GPS unit,
He's got a
don't they?
GPS. He had a GPS long before we ever heard of one. Don't become an expert overnight. Let everybody else be the expert and you be the listener. And I think you got to be a good listener in turkey hunting.
You know something I found out when I started, I didn't know anything about it. And I went out there and I made all kinds of mistakes. But you know what? Every time I made a mistake, I learned from that mistake, which I wouldn't consider myself a great turkey hunter, but I have learned lessons. So don't get discouraged when you get out there the first year and maybe don't take one. All right, let's step it up a notch. And what's the best time to use decoy, when not to, what's out there, what's going on with the decoys?
There's not a bad time to use a decoy. I can tell you that decoys is a very deadly way to kill turkeys when a person is a good caller or a bad caller. It don't make any difference. A decoy is a deadly thing. We usually put a hen out there with him, a hen in a position like she's breeding, and the turkeys do recognize the posture of a hen, especially the gobblers, how she squats down on the ground, her head straight up. That is the breeding position, and we usually put a gobbler behind it. And you've noticed this year we've got the peeping Tom gobbler, and people say, why you got two heads on a gobbler? My gosh, it looks like two gobblers sitting there. Nothing in common in Kentucky or any of these other states now where we got lots of turkeys. You see two turkeys come up at once, three turkeys come up at once to you, especially the first of the season. And you've always, if you notice, you've got that one's always in strut, and you've got that one's always got his head up looking. Yeah. And that's what we've tried to imitate here, is a looker and a strutter.
Well, guys, it's a pleasure to talk to you. I really do enjoy every time we come down here.
Enjoy it, Tim. Let me tell you something. We normally have to do this 3 or 4 times, and I told you it'd be one take today because he's got a crappie trip right after this, and he's on the way right now.
'Tis the season. Boys, thank you so much. We certainly appreciate it, and
Thank you.
every time you're on, we hear a huge response, and people love you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.